Potatoes, small potatoes, small potatoes, small potatoes, small potatoes, small potatoes.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to everyone. We would like to present about potatoes preservation. First, let me explain about what is potatoes. Potatoes is among of the staple food in the world that grown in colder area of the world and technically grow under the ground. They tend to have a starchy modified stem called tuber. Basically, raw potatoes can remain for a week to a few months in some conditions. So a few techniques are needed in order to make them last longer.
There are several potential preservation methods for the potato. The first one is dry. As an example, we have freeze-dried potato which use freeze-drying method. It is a process where sublimation of ice directly into water vapor happen. And we have the potato flour, potato starch and potato flakes which use drum drying technique. It is a process where water being removed from the slurry or paste that were placed on the heated drum surface. The next method is the sous vide cook chill method, which the potato will undergoes a cook chill process that conducted under vacuum, and then it will be vacuum packed inside a heat stable tray before cooking. Next, we have the freezing method, which heat being removed and the food storage temperature is maintained below the food's freezing point. It took place in one of the pre-processing for French fries. The next one, we have the osmotic dehydration method, which water being removed by the immersion of water containing cellular solid in a concentrated aqua solution. As an example, we have the dehydrated potato. Moving to the next one, we have the frying method, which is a process where food products are cooked in hot fat. It takes place in production of potato chips. Other than that, we have the irradiation method, which food being exposed to certain amount of radiation to have a desirable changes. For potato, used for sprout inhibition. Lastly, it's a canning method, which potato will undergo aseptic processing and then will be heated to achieve a shelf-stable product.
The preservation technique that we choose is the irradiation method. There are 7 parts in potato irradiation facility. First is loading part. The potatoes is loaded onto the conveyor belt for radiation treatment. Second part is the conveyor system to transport the product from neutral zone to the radiation room. Control console used to control the speed of conveyor belt. Third part is the irradiation room, which the potatoes are irradiated in crates where it exposed to the radioactive source. Type of gamma radiation used is cobalt-60. Next is the radiation shield, which acts as a barrier to separate the radiation source from other facilities. When the radiation source is not in use, the source is shielded underwater in underground tank, which is called as storage pool. Lastly, the potatoes that have been treated can be handled right away by unloading the processed product.
Now I will explain about the good and bad effects of irradiation methods toward potatoes. For the good effects, firstly, irradiation can extend the shelf life of potatoes. The gamma rays will damage the genetic substance of the organism cells, that is RNA or DNA, resulting the cell to die. Next, it reduces the needs for chemical for preservation and pest control because the use of irradiation is more effective and eco-friendly. Irradiation also produces sterilized products. It kills any microorganism that may be present in potatoes. Lastly, it prevents post-harvest sprouting. For the bad effects, firstly, delayed irradiation increases reducing sugar content in potatoes, result in fried products that are unacceptably brown in color. Next, it causes loss of vitamin content because irradiation eliminates vitamins such as vitamin C. Irradiation also cannot be a substitute for healthy growing and processing practices because it cannot remove pesticides that may be present. Lastly, food irradiation is not effective against viruses.
Next, there are some possible problems or issues that could happen. Firstly, the issue is after cooking darkening. Causes by formation of various phenolic complexes on cooking by oxidation. It can be solved by soaking and cooking of tubers in solution of diaminoethane tetraacetic acid, sodium salt, ether, or citric acid. The Food and Drug Administration (FDA) has approved calcium disodium ether as a safe food additive but has set limitation on the amount of the substance a food can contain. It can decrease the dark color on potato. Next, the issue is weight loss of potato tuber. It happened due to delay in wound healing and a change in the membrane function of the irradiated tuber, which increase in permeability and causing higher respiration. It can be solved by less increased delay in irradiation after harvest, and absorbed irradiation does significantly decrease weight loss. Lastly, the issue is give effects such as cancer or birth defect. It is because hydration from volatile effects such as benzene and toluene. Benzene causes harmful effect on the bone marrow and can cause a decrease in the blood cell, and also can affect immune system, while toluene can cause irritated eye or skin become dry. It can be avoided by control the uses of radiation doses based on Authority of Atomic Energy Control Act.
To sum up, it is true that potatoes can last longer when stored or preserved in a correct way. By the chosen method, irradiation, it will help potatoes to last longer and preserve its quality and nutrients. Proper way in applying irradiation method can extend shelf life, reduces the requirement of chemicals for preservation and pest control, produces sterilized products that can be stored without refrigerator, and limits the worsening of potatoes' quality. The use of irradiation may be an alternative treatment for controlling undesirable changes in potatoes during the long-term storage. That's all for now. Thank you for your interest and attention.